this is the primary oocyte. If I were to point right here, I'm pointing to the outer layer of that oocyte. And so the plasma membrane of an oocyte is called the oolemma. I would point to it, I could point here and say identify the specific layer. The problem could be if it moved just a little bit, now you'll be saying zona pellucida. And so I could also say, just point to the oocyte and say identify the outer layer of the cell at the tip of the pointer. And that would be oolemma. You want to know that the oolemma is the plasma membrane of the oocyte. And so you can see it. You do see that, but it's it could just be asked by pointing to the oocyte. Good question, thank you. Any other questions? So now we have kind of gone over the ovary slide. Just to kind of show you, some of your slides may look like this. And so in this particular slide, it could be a little more difficult to differentiate zona pellucida. This is, what is the cellular layer at the tip of the pointer there? Corona radiata. I definitely can see corona radiata. Zona pellucida and the oolemma not so clear. And so I would only point to it where it's very, very clear. And so, but I could just point to oolemma and say, what is the outer layer of that cell? What is the entire structure at the tip of the pointer? Secondary follicle. I know that for sure because of the antrum. What is, these are granulosa cells. What would this layer then be? Theca folliculi. And with this one, this particular slide, very clear with the primordial follicles, pretty clear also with the primary follicles. They can be a little more confusing with the bigger follicles, but they would be asked only if, you know, some of these are, like this would be, it's a pretty clear secondary follicle with a nice antrum. And so if you have this slide, you should be able to find pretty good examples of things, but it's a little more difficult. And so on D2L, there's plenty of different examples. And so you can go through the D2L pictures and see if you can identify the different follicles. I'm going to go back to my picture just because this is what I drew and to make sure you are comfortable with it. And so I'll give you a little more time to finish the ovary. And if anyone has questions.